So how long have you been a part of the club?
So I joined the Northampton Outlaws in May this year. So it was right after the Union Cup in Birmingham, which happened in April. And I was there as someone who would never think I would play rugby, but I saw how inclusive the team was. I came from London, where I played for an inclusive softball team. And I remember saying to my other half while I was at the tournament, if there is a local team in Northampton, where I recently moved into, I would join it because I'm just looking for that. And lo and behold, on social media, I saw that the Outlaws was a team that was only 10 minutes drive from home. So, I joined about 6 months ago. To give you the long answer, yeah, that's how it is.
So are you someone who's kind of into your sport, not necessarily rugby, just someone who kind of has an interest in all sports?
Most of my sports kind of centres around like badminton, and I'd say I probably watch more sports than play. And by watch more sports, I probably only watch maybe 2 types of sport. But for the rugby team that I'm part of now at the Outlaws, it was more of a social aspect and the learning and challenge myself to something new. So I've never played rugby in my life before, and the fact that I've been able to learn in the last 6 months, play in the last 2 months worth of league games and participate in one touch rugby tournament already, I can happily say that it's a sport that's quite straightforward to pick up, but there's a lot of rules and I'm still learning a lot, but it gets me out of the house. It's a fantastic team, and I never thought I'd be playing rugby, but it's definitely a sport that I've wanted to jump into now that I've seen how accessible it is when you do it correctly.
And then how has it been being part of the club so far? Have you found you've picked up rugby quite quickly, or is it something that you're kind of still learning and kind of improving as you go on?
I'll definitely say I'm still definitely picking it up, even in some of the league games that we play every week. I'm still learning about specific scenarios. So today in our training on Tuesday, we do drills, but learning how these drills come into play can only happen whilst you're in a actual game. So I remember the first time being tackled and actually tackling someone who doesn't actually want to go down. So whilst you're training, you're playing with teammates, you don't want to hurt them, they're your friends, but you also want to do it correctly. But they would always fall because it's the safest thing. But when it was my first time playing and you go to tackle someone who doesn't want to be tackled, it's a very different eye-opening experience. And it kind of gets you out of the headspace of, I don't want to be hurt, because when you do it correctly, and both sides do it correctly, it could be one of the safest tackles probably in sport that you can have.
Okay, and then what is your aim for this season as it kind of goes on? Where do you want to be kind of at the end?
At the end of this, I'm not really too much of a competitive person, so I'm looking more or less primarily to make good friends here, which I've already done, but also kind of participate in the training every Tuesdays and every Saturday, the league games that we have. So I would say that's more of the fitness side. I'm not looking to, become trimmed down and slim, because the good thing about rugby is it's welcome to all shapes and sizes, because there is always a position for yourself there. So I'd say I'll do it for more of the fitness, because I work from home primarily and it's good to get out of the house. But I'll say my aim is just to continue to just broaden my social horizons and continue to learn. I think the learning is the best part of it, because it's always something to do. So yeah.
And then what is it like kind of playing in this kind of more relaxed social environment, kind of trying to get to know people as well as playing rugby?
I would say it's extremely friendly. There's definitely a difference with people who have played for more than a year and people who have joined in the last year. Folks, I would say, who recently joined, I would say we were probably the folks who like to go out a lot. We've joined when we wanted to be social. Some of the more experienced folks, they're happy to get involved. They're more there to teach, but kind of guide us. So it's a good balance. But there's definitely 2 different types of folks here at the Outlaws. The folks who are definitely younger and learning, who I would say are more sociable, and we go out every week. And then there is some of the more experienced folks who have done it, and they want to bestow all of their experience onto us as well.
Okay, they're all the questions I have for you now, so thank you very much for doing that.
No worries.